hello, YouTube, as well. So, we're going to be getting into things in just a moment. Before we do that, though, as usual, I want to make sure that I give my wonderful, wonderful cast some time to talk about themselves. If you'd like to see all about these fine fellas, fellies, uh,
Feliz Navidad.
it started drifting there. Uh, then you're also able to, at any point, use the exclamation point cast redeem to see links to everyone who's got a Twitter at least or a Twitch, and you can check them out for yourselves. So we're gonna run through those real quick. I I made a big promise with the promos tonight of actually being able to get to the climax of this first section of our adventures. So I'm going to try do my best to actually get us there. So first up is Ellie.
Hi, my name is Ellie. I am a sometime streamer who streams whatever I feel like streaming that day. Feel free to follow me on Twitch or Twitter at Eliador. And yeah, come have a good time.
All right. And then going on alphabetically, we've got Epitome.
Hey, I'm Epitome. I don't really stream.
The end.
I'm the GM's boyfriend.
Hell yeah.
Well, I think fiance is a little beyond. You know what? We can talk about this later.
Yeah.
Epitome, sleeping their way to the top.
No, that just
Yeah.
means that I know all of their horror triggers.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we have Geronimo.
Hello, I am Geronimo Kiddo. I play as August, and I stream PG-13 and 17 plus content.
All right. And Hemlock.
Hello, I'm Hemlock. I stream sometimes when my brain can handle it, and I make VTuber models.
They're very good at that. You should commission them for artwork.
I love money.
It's true.
I love
Money's
money.
nice. Also, I may have taken a look at some of the new stuff in Gunfire Reborn today. It's really good. We can talk about that later. And then there is me. If you are somehow watching this without being on my channel, congratulations. I don't know how you did that, but I would love to learn such strange internet magic. But otherwise, hi, I'm Beatrix Spunny, aka Peculiar Little Rabbit. I do variety streams, though I tend to focus on roguelikes, digital artwork, and tabletop RPGs. And this is Deadlands, a Weird West alternate history horror adventure that we're going to get right back into in just a moment. Before we jump back into the
You
narrative.
missed someone.
No, did I?
Yes.
Yes.
What?
You went
Her
down
name's
the list.
Obsidian.
Oh no, Obsidian! Ah! Oh my
That's cool.
gosh.
I'm not gonna hold this against you for life, but it's fine.
No, you should. That's valid. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Obsidian. I stream Mondays and Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Rated M for mature. And I do Dungeons and Dragons that I DM, as well as digital art and just normal video games of me getting lost. Also, I'm working with another group of streamers called the New York Snark Exchange to raise money for Trans Lifeline this month. So today is day one of our charity effort, and posted the Tilify. If you can, spread awareness or just, feel like donating. It's pretty cool if you do. I know I'm doing my part. Would you like to know more? I've also been playing a lot of the Starship Troopers game today.
That's valid. Okay. Did I forget anyone else this time? I don't think.
No, that's it, I think.
Okay. But yes, do check Obsidia out. She is a very rapidly improving and growing artist. She has
Aw.
lovely vibes. And also likes to make me cry when I try and listen to the games that she DMs for. So
See, I was going to make a joke at the end of this saying she has better vibes than a sex shop, but I can't now after you said that.
well,
Much like a sex shop, I also cry upon leaving my stream.
oh no.
Oh
You
no.
okay?
Oh no.
Oh no.
All right. Before I get back in, quick bit of housekeeping. Does anyone have any last minute updates that they would like to do to their character? We're going to be going into a bit of a heavy session, so I'm going to try and do my best to do right by all of y'all.
Nope, I'm still saving up.
Okay.
Same.
I'm
Okay.
gonna figure mine out later.
All right. Putting my math rocks out. Okay. So, speaking of, because I would really, really love to not kill characters off here. Let's see. Now, sadly, Parrot is not able to get any more fate chips at the moment, it looks like. And August can only get one more since there's a cap of 10. But for the rest...
Parrot gets a cupcake.
I need a
The cupcake.
cupcake.
Same.
Oh.
Parrot is a cupcake.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brightly colored and sweet.
Mhm.
Feel bad giving myself fate chips, but
Good.
them's
You
the
don't have
rules.
to. You
Yeah, you don't have to. I mean,
Yeah, just don't do it.
And that's a fair point, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You want me to roll a d20 for persuasion?
Sure, but you use Brigitta's persuasion.
Oh, that's not a d20 then. But I'll roll it. -2.
Okay.
excellent.
So I'll
excellent.
still feel bad about it, but I am giving myself the chips. And then that is one additional one to bring August up to the cap.
oh Jesus Christ.
What? That's why I asked to see if anyone wanted to spend fate chips at the top.
No, not that.
Oh, okay.
My persuasion?
No. I have all white chips except for one.
Oh.
Well, remember, you are able to exchange fate chips. You can do so at no additional cost with the Holy Roller Miracle, if you have that. Otherwise, you can do it at a 2-to-1 cost.
No.
So, we last left off. The party had continued to investigate what started off as suspected sabotage at the McClellan suppliers and hotels, which turned into a mysterious fleshy creature that was residing within. And that led them to the meatpacking industry, which led them to a disgruntled former employee by the name of, oh boy, let me see. Oh, I got this. I gotta remember my own ones. Gerhard
Mr.
Lindem.
Gerhard Lind.
Yep, I got there. This is my victory for the day already. I've remembered a character, a main character I myself named. Let's go. Let me see some pogs and I can't even finish that call to action. Anyway, tracking Gerhard Lindem's employment history, you were able to see that he briefly worked helping the renovation and restoration of the Chicago Public Library. However, during his tenure employed there, he may have developed a bit of sticky fingers, since some of the research, most notably about pre-Columbian cultures and religious practices of the native Illinois tribes, have gone missing. And the in-house historian of those groups, Mary Ironstacks, would very much like them back, and would also very much like Brigitta to stop yelling and harassing the other librarians. That brought you back to the hotel for the end of the day, but as you were about to go to sleep, Brigitta noticed something going on outside. It looked to be some sort of encounter that involved one person being clubbed violently over the head by a surprise ambush and collapsing in the train yard next door. And that is where we will jump back in.
Sounds like fun.
What would y'all like to do?
I mean, has Brigitta told us, or
Oh, I would tell people yes.
okay?
But immediately, I think I'm sharing a room with. No, I'm close to Xenobia. In
Yeah, we're across
rooms.
the hall from each other.
They're
Yeah.
besties.
So I would go knock on Zenobia's door, like loudly.
Zenobia come out in her flowing nightgown.
Someone just got clubbed on the back of the head outside of my window.
Wait.
Is it, like, was it still happening when I went to get Zenobia?
I would say that by the time you left, it looked like something was still going on out there.
I will pull Zenobia with me. Like, again, not really thinking about being gentle, or I'm just roughly pulling her behind me.
Huh?
Yeah, not being gentle.
All right.
Well, I'm Zenobia with her trusty nightgown and knife being dragged along.
And then I'll point. There.
You can see, looking out through the window again, it looks like there is a figure that is now bent, crouched over the prostrate, prostrate.
The prostate.
Prostrate.
The
Prostrate.
prostate.
I was so
I
close.
bent over that prostate.
I was so
That is
close.
a clip if I've ever heard one.
Oh.
First day of Pride, baby.
God damn it.
First
I
day
was
of
so close to
Pride.
catching the ball, and I managed to fumble
You
and
actually had her
slap
right
it.
the first time.
I
Yeah,
know,
right the
that's
first
the worst part. I managed to slap the touchdown directly into the ground.
It's straight to that prostate.
Oh, what a great first impression to make on people. Okay. So they are crouched over they are crouched over, prostrate on the prostrate figure. The figure is not moving, but it's too far away and too dark out to see clearly if there's any sign of blood or if they're alive, unconscious, dead. And you can see it looks like the figure has a bag or some sort of container of something that they're trying to trying to do something with the laid out body down there and whatever is in that bag.
And what
We
do you believe I should be doing about this? Roadmen want to frequent Chicago.
You think this is a coincidence with what's been happening recently?
It does seem a bit peculiar, but
Let's get the others, I think. And let's go out there. I'll go
all
find
right.
them. And
I'll follow you out. I have to go change into something less comfortable.
that does not look comfortable. And she rushes away to go find someone, the rest of the party.
I think the rest of the posse were all rooming in the same room.
Yes, they literally
Yes.
all sleep together.
So I'll run. Yeah, I'll go fast.
All right, for the rest of the posse, Brigitta bursts into the hotel room, very slightly breathless, and what does she say?
Someone's being assaulted outside. It's kind of weird. We should probably investigate. Follow me right now.
Okay. It takes Min a moment to agree, but she does agree. But before she starts rushing over, she's going to reach for her large black bag.
Okay, what's she doing
And
with it?
She is pulling out a large metallic glove
Hmm.
and putting it on.
Okay. All right. Does anyone else have any last-second preparations that you'd like to take care of before heading down?
Parrot grab gun.
Okay.
I need
August
to
make a
acquire a small
gun.
gun.
You don't have a gun yet? I thought you had a gun.
No,
Oh
I
no,
have
that was
a
me who
big gun.
tried to give. Yeah. Okay.
I need a little one.
Could I dismantle Parrot's gun quickly and push it, like put in my sack, similarly to what I have done with my gun?
Yeah, if Parrot doesn't want to interfere with that, I don't see a reason why not.
I mean, in an emergency, I'd rather have my gun not dismantled if someone
I'll put
is
it back
being
together.
attacked.
It only takes 6 seconds.
You want to put a rifle together in the alleyway?
In the
Sure.
dark.
In the
Yeah.
dark.
That's fine. I've done it before.
Sure, if you put it together, you can take it apart.
All right, I'll take it apart.
Okay.
August is gonna put together his gun from Abby's backpack and kind of hide it under his the skirt part of his robe there and grab Abby and follow behind Parrot.
Abby wags her tail as she is roused up from bed and happily comes along. I think that's everyone then, right?
Yeah, I
Sweet
just put
girl.
on pants and boots and head out.
All right, so rushing out down through the hotel, taking the back stairs to avoid any unwanted attention, you make it out into the brisk early March Chicago air. Getting your bearings again, you're able to look around, and can I get a perception check from everyone? Visual, if you have anything that affects that.
We call that cognition.
Cognition.
Deadlands.
Oh. Oh, I just remembered something.
Hmm?
So Obsidia, I had to make a really long trip for work on Friday, and it was down a road I hadn't been before, but it was also near a touristy area. And I found a gift shop called Xenobia's.
Wow.
Spe-
With an X or with the
with
Z?
a Z, with a
Okay.
Z, but still.
Z is the traditional way. Did you make sure to see if she was a blood mage?
I couldn't stop. I had drugs in the back of my car.
Hot.
All right. So, yeah, with those
This is the
numbers.
point I say that I'm a pharmacist, and that it's not weird for me to have drugs. Go
Anyway,
ahead.
so I'm going to say that since you knew the general area where you were looking for, everyone is able to find the general location of what you saw happen upstairs. Let's see. Brigitta and Min, you notice that the person, you can still see chest movement, so it looks like they're still breathing. You see a little splatter of blood. You are just doing this off of cursory glances, so you don't have any details, but it wouldn't be out of the question to think, okay, this might be what it looks like if someone was whacked really hard on the head. But you don't see any you don't see anything too obviously immediately deadly beyond that initial assault.
How how separated is this alley from, like, how easy is it to see in there, and is there any cover?
This is actually in the train yard itself.
Oh yeah, so once we get to the train yard, I'm going to just very as quickly as I can put our rifles back together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I can do a gunsmith roll if you want.
What's the total on your gunsmithing?
3.
3D what?
Sorry, 3d10s.
All right. No, that's okay. I'll make the roll.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what result we get. Okay. To the best of your awareness and knowledge, based off of being a little rushed and in a dark, gloomy night, you're pretty sure that the guns have been put back together.
All right, and I'll hand one of the rifles to Parrot, or not my rifle to Parrot. Specifically.
Just one of them. It doesn't matter.
No, mine is very important actually.
Thank
It has
you.
an inscription here.
Oh, on an 18, August, you notice on top of that the bag is still here as well, and you notice a familiar label. It is the same meatpacking company whose crate was tampered with and bust open in the basement of the hotel. And I'm going to say Abby also notices something. She is reflexively hunched over, ears starting to push back, tail drooped a little, looking at the unconscious person. She seems to know something is wrong, but can't articulate what beyond that. Now, what would you all like to do now?
Oh.
I'd like to go ahead and point out the information with the bag to
Okay.
that way they're aware of it as well.
I wanna keep an eye out and motion for everyone to start getting closer, but like slowly.
Mhm. All right. Is
I
anyone
do start getting closer.
laying hands on the person?
I will. Non-gloved.
Non-gloved.
Oof.
Are you sure?
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know where he's been. I'm not gonna touch him with my fancy glove.
He's sticky.
This is this is me this is me as the Marshal saying indirectly, there is a certain feature on your character sheet that might come into play to tell you something useful here. If you don't want to use that here, though, it will still come into play
Hold
later.
on. Hold on.
Epitome rapidly try to look at their own character to figure out what they do.
What did I do?
Oh, it's nothing you did.
Oh.
It's someone else with you.
Oh.
Or something else with you. Both
Then
would
you know
work.
what? You know what? I'm going to turn it on and see if I can feel if the bones are broken.
Okay.
Using the resonant frequency of bone.
So,
do you want me to describe it?
Absolutely. What does it look like when you turn this mad science gizmo on?
So, to start, the glove goes about halfway up her upper arm. Is primarily metal, but the palm of it looks like stretched, very taut fabric. There's a specific dial on it with 2 notches made in 2 separate sections. They both have Chinese characters above the notches. And she moves it towards one of them and flicks a switch, and a buzz starts rattling. And she places that on the man.
I think that it's a very faint hum. People can try to make cognition checks if they want to see if they hear it. I would say that Abby, being a dog, is probably going to react to it. She notices some kind of sound coming from this thing. So, following this instinct and very gingerly putting a hand over their head, you feel it feels like there's a fracture there, a faint, like a spider's web that is formed on the back of the skull. But
that's not good.
As you're feeling around, you're opening your senses here. The device is working a little unfamiliarly to you. You understand how this device works. You understand when it breaks, how to fix it. It doesn't feel like it's breaking in this moment, but it does feel like it's not working entirely with you as the operator, if that makes sense.
That's weird.
So you start to feel more than just the resonant frequency of bone that you're used to. You start to feel the other rhythms of the body. You start to feel the of the breath in their chest. You start to feel the pulse beating out from his chest. And you also, closer to his neck, his mouth, you feel fainter, but a second pulse.
Oh.
Ew.
What?
At the moment, it feels like it is in the back of the mouth or in the upper throat.
Okay, I'm opening the mouth.
Okay.
What?
I'm gonna say, since you have a lantern, at least one amongst your party members, you'll be able to have the light required for this. Looking back, you see the rich pink innards that you expect to see looking down someone's throat. Then you also see faintly sort of this red, sort of sweaty, fleshy mass. Part of it is just peeking up from the end of the throat, where you lose vantage point going down into the neck.
Since I know the gloved hand will not fit in his mouth, I reach in with my non-gloved hand to grab it.
Okay.
Hot.
Meanwhile, you're just seeing this the martial artist that you've rarely heard talk at this point, just starting saying what, and then reaching in without warning into a stranger's mouth.
I'm between deftness and quickness. I'm gonna go with give me a deftness check for this.
Okay.
Since presumably you're trying to be fairly gentle with the throat, the teeth, the mouth, the tip of the tongue.
We call
If
men
I
the
break a
throat
tooth, I
goat.
break a tooth.
Fair, I guess. All right. So it's rougher than intended, I think, but you do grab a hold of it.
Okay.
And two things happen simultaneously. The first thing is you feel inside the mouth this it has the consistency of offal. You know what offal is?
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah, the sort of waste meats that a lot of people don't really use. It has that slimy, fleshy consistency. So you notice the meat-like quality of this. The second thing you immediately notice is it tries to squirm further down.
Ugh.
No. No. It has a heartbeat.
What has a heartbeat?
The thing.
What thing?
The thing that the English is not her first language, and she's clearly struggling to find the right word.
Two non-native speakers try to communicate.
Why don't you just try stopping that heartbeat?
That's what I'm trying.
Can you like
All right.
squish it or something?
Dear, if you're talking,
I am
we
not.
can't hear you. Okay.
I was just letting the moment
I
sit.
do try to grab it and pull it out harder this time.
All right. Hey. I am going to say give me... Okay, well, I guess first I'll make a quick nimbleness check to see... Unfortunately, this thing isn't particularly nimble. All right, so it has rolled a 7 to try and escape your grip. So I need you to give me a contested roll. Let's say Yeah, let's go with strength, I think. Strength makes the most sense.
Okay. I'm going to use a fate chip and re-roll that.
Okay.
Okay, I got a 6. All right,
Okay.
that's a 7. That ties.
All right. So with a 7, you're able to maintain your hold, but you're not necessarily making as much progress as you want taking the thing out. However, I think that that amount of struggle is enough that the other people with you around right now, you can see that Min has grabbed something in this throat that should not be in this throat. And you can see that it's something that is a bit of a struggle to hold on to.
I would try to help.
Okay.
Pull. So strength.
Yeah.
All right.
Can we fit all these hands in the mouth?
5.
I think you might not be able to reach in quite far enough to get a hold on the thing as well. But I'll tell you what. If you brace yourself, sort of trying to pull on Min as well for that added force, I would say that I would give Min. I'm going to say if you want to remove this manually, it'll require a strength and a deftness check on Min's part. Anyone who wants to try to hold on and pull apart one of the parties or the other or help in some way, I will give you an additional +1 to both those rolls.
Okay.
I will help by pulling on Min.
Okay.
I'll try and pull with strength, I guess, correct?
All right.
Which party?
So how's the choo-choo train looking? You're in the front. So I would pull. Who would technically be in the conga line? It would be.
I think you could pull on
Brigitta,
either
right?
end. You could pull either on
Okay.
the Min and Brigitta end, or you could try and pull on the unconscious body end.
I'll try to pull the unconscious body away from the pull on the opposite end. So keeping it down while they pull, so the body's not flopping.
Okay. All right. So that is a +2, I think. Do you want to have that be a +2 on one of the rolls, a +1 and a +1?
Let's do a +1 and a +1.
Okay.
Okay.
So
let's do the strength first.
okay. Okay.
Okay, that much better. That's a 12. Since I'm realizing chat can't see our rolls right now. All right, and then the deafness. I'm gonna use another one of these multitude of light chips I have.
That's smart.
Because a 2 will not cut it, let alone a 3. An 8
Sounds
might.
good.
An 8 might.
Okay. All right. Into roll. So you grab and you hold on to this fleshy, squirming thing. You can't see it, thankfully, but you start being able to hear it. It doesn't have some sort of proper way of making noise, but the way that it's squeezing air in and out of little vesicles inside of it creates this sort of wheezing, puffing noise, almost like
I
it's
hate
squealing.
this.
But with one behind you, another behind the victim, in one hard pull with a wet, sloughing noise, you have wrenched this meat thing from this person's throat. The meat thing is actively squirming.
It's just in her hand at this point.
Everyone
Hit it
can
on the
see
ground hard.
there is a meat thing here. Well, fortunately, not the
Life
victim.
hands you meat things.
What would you like to do with this thing?
I'd like to try and squeeze it to death.
Sure, give me a brawl in, or not a brawl in, a fight in.
We could like tie it in fabric, put it in a bag.
We're gonna interrogate the ball of meat?
I don't know.
Look, Min is freaked out right now. Min is not thinking about, let's examine this while it's alive.
Parrot offers up her pocket knife.
Well, this just got marshaled the fuck out.
Yep, let me...
That's a 14 martial arts.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. It doesn't have a hit location, so just roll for damage.
You hit it in the meat.
I hit it in the meat slug.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
this
I
thing...
imagine it's a small creature.
This is more than enough. This was functionally already a very fragile thing. It wasn't going to have a full 5 levels of wound to it. It was also basically size 1, probably smaller than that. So yeah, this is, you are just squeezing, and like a water balloon full of red paint, it just bursts apart. Was there anyone within arm's length of...
Brigitta.
Don't.
Probably would have moved back once I saw that big, gross thing that was squirming.
I mean, I was holding down the body opposite force.
But it's up to you if I was still there.
Tell you what, give me a quickness check. See if
Can
you get
do.
out of the soak zone.
Ugh.
Does August do a quickness check too, or no?
10.
I'm good. Tell me I'm good.
I think you're good. A 10 is enough. So Min has a thin layer of viscera on their arms, but you were able to get out of the immediate danger zone fast enough to be clean enough.
No splash zone for anyone but Min.
Monseigneur, perhaps it would be a good idea to perhaps tend to him, doing your little religious doodads. You're the guy.
I'm trying to process. There's viscera, there's prostates, and there's so much going on. So,
Well, August should be an expert at least half those things.
hey. So is the guy after all that? Would he still be alive?
He was unconscious to begin with, and in let's see, I don't know if the diagnosis of concussion existed in late 19th century America, but to a modern doctor's sense, they definitely would have a concussion. So them being asleep again to a modern doctor, probably not a great thing. But y'all aren't modern doctors, so
Gotcha. Am I able to do lay on hands then?
yeah, I think you could. I think you could go for that. Mm.
I was just gonna say that the concept of concussions was discovered in the 10th century
Oh, okay.
and was generally known as brain commotion in the 13th century. And
Brain commotion.
Renaissance physicians continue to explore that. So, it's actually a historically well-known thing, which makes sense
Oh.
since so many things cause concussions.
Well, today I learned. Yes, there's a commotion going on in this poor feller's brain right now. I would say that we're probably looking at like I would say a level 3 wound to the noggins. Let's see. I believe that should be enough. Yes, that is. Ooh, that is exactly enough. So the head, the blood around the head starts to fade away. There's the soft shifting of bone setting itself, and the person is still unconscious, and also would be covered in the exploded meat thing viscera, but doesn't seem to be worse for the wearer beyond that. What would y'all like to do now?
Look at the remnants of the meat thing in my hand.
Okay.
You probably don't need to keep holding that, but it seems that our dear Brigitta was correct that there did seem to be some form of corroboration between what was happening to this poor fellow and the mysteries that we've been delving into.
I want to see if I can find any tracks that lead, like, or something that we can follow.
Sure. Give me a search roll to examine the area.
I get a +2 on that because I'm keen. 8.
Okay. On an 8, let's see. You see scuffs on the ground in the dirt where it looks like someone was recently kneeling over here.
Mhm.
And you're able to see the general direction of them. I think following it from there, you come to what looks to be it kind of looks a little like a sinkhole. It's sort of a partially collapsed little depression in the ground, which you're able to find just a little past the the fence line of the train yard.
I would call for the others. I found something.
Is it more meat?
It's a hole.
It doesn't answer my question.
I'm not seeing any meat.
Okay.
Well, I believe this at least corroborates our theory about connections between the underground networks and our nefarious ne'er-do-well.
I told you.
Well, what would you like to do? It is late at night, and I was imagining we'd want our beauty sleep before raiding eldritch horrors, but,
She's
I guess...
already pulling out a rope.
Screw your beauty sleep to the sticking place.
Well, perhaps we should at least gather our supplies first.
I'm ready.
I'm going to, with a light now, give a once-over on the rifles just to make sure that I did a good job. You never know.
Also,
I did
fun
something
fact
quickly in the
for
dark.
Anyone playing at home, the cat just let me know, hey, you forgot to feed me.
Wait.
Hmm?
So is Mint still holding the thing that?
Yeah, I am actually still holding it, yeah.
So August is just gonna look at Mint. Do I need to
Without
bring that back to life too?
Oh god. Without the animating force behind it, it looks sort of just like one of the thicker tubes that you would find in a human body. Sort of.
I was imagining haggis.
I could see something like that. Yeah, I did describe it as a meat water balloon. So.
See, I was hoping you were going to say it was an animated steak, but no, it's a tube.
A tube can be many things.
A tube can be many things. That's still an animated tube of meat.
So what do we do with the tube?
Discard it? I don't know. It's a pile of meat. It doesn't seem to be terribly irrelevant anymore.
It seems like it's more up your alley.
Yes. No, I can quite clearly examine it from here. It is indeed a pile of meat. Perhaps it was animated by some form of arcane fowlery, but that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. I don't know what further secrets it could reveal. If I had more of the original meat, well, perhaps my expertise could come into play, but this is simply not enough meat for my fact-finding endeavors.
Right, let's get you more meat then.
First of all, I noticed that there were various specific things that our dear priest was creating for just this enterprise. I'm not sure if he gathered that when we were summoned late at night into the streets of Chicago, but perhaps we should get those. And then secondly, I don't think the idea of leaving an unconscious man covered in blood in the middle of the street is exactly subtle.
What do you want to do with him?
Bring him back to the hotel. Get the thing, and then meet.
You cut out a little there.
Yeah, I think.
Sorry, I'm away from the computer. I'm feeding the cat. Get him to the hotel room. Get whatever was left in the hotel rooms, and bring them back here.
Yeah, I'll escort the unconscious man back to the hotel at least.
I'll wait here.
Same.
All right. Yes, you're able to take the unconscious man inside, and I think this does probably get people's attention. Yes, you're able to. You immediately have the attention of one of the front desk people here.
I found this man outside of the hotel. He appeared to be unconscious. assuming attacked by roadmen or other ne'er-do-wells.
Oh goodness. Okay. Oh dear. All right. I will have to see. I will have to telegraph the doctor, see if they are still up. Please just take him in. We have a sitting couch, a lounge in the staff room. We can oh goodness, we can put him in there.
Excellent. I believe he's most likely a bit disoriented at minimum, so I think giving him time, attention, and a bit of moment to engage in repose would be fitting. I respect your dedication to this late hour, and I am going to go put on a more appropriate attire, though. And I will lay him on the couch, and I'm going to go back to my room and put on real clothes.
All right.
Excellent.
And then I will go back to hitting the streets with my motley crew.
All right. So, I will need.
What do we do about the 20 bottles and the 5-pound bag, the flour?
You were
and-
supposed to make explosives out of those.
Oh, that's right, we did. Okay, sorry. Leave that last. Okay,
Yeah,
we got it. Okay, I just thought, what am I carrying? How am I carrying 20 bottles?
you have
I
to
can go
distribute them.
grab them from the room.
Thank you, Parrot. Thank you.
Multiple bags.
Yes,
Right.
I don't wish to have any because I'm bad at throwing.
Understandable.
Marshal.
Yes.
With now a little bit more light and time to look over the guns, can I make sure that they are, in fact, well put together? Knowing that what I did was in a rush, and now that I'm waiting for folks to have time to take my time.
Yeah. Looking over it a little closer, yeah, you can confirm that these are in proper serviceable condition. I assume you're not doing this inside where people could see you.
No,
with guns.
I am still in the train yard. I just have a light now.
Okay.
I definitely know I'm not supposed to have that.
All right. So, carrying on from there, if you want to follow the tracks, it'll be a little difficult since the tunnel that they came in with has collapsed a little bit.
Okay. Would it... Is there another... Do I think there's an easy way to get to where that collapse is? Or is there a way to make the collapse uncollapsed in a not too timely manner?
I think it would be fairly difficult to
Absolutely fair.
it would be fairly difficult. You can get, I'll say, well, tell you what, give me a tracking roll.
Tracking. Ooh, that is a full-on one. But you know what? I have a bunch of white chips.
You
I'm
can't roll chip out of a botch.
Oh, never mind. That's true. I forgot. Never mind. That's a botch.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you're not able to ascertain where the tracks would have led to after that initial cave-in. Chicago was, I believe, if I remember right, originally partially a very swampy area. So the ground after the initial soil, it can still get kind of soft in some places, kind of a little too absorbent.
Can I do a cognition to see myself?
Sure. That would probably be another track and roll if you're trying to.
I don't have any tracking. I'm just thinking straight cognition.
Okay. For straight cognition, you're able to see roughly where the tracks are leading into. Let's see. I'll say from the speed of this tunnel, presumably going from open to closed, it probably wasn't part of a very long tunnel system. Maybe the other end could be like a couple of blocks at most.
Okay. Can I tell which direction?
Let's see.
Excuse me.
Just in the general, just towards the general northern end of town.
Okay. That might not be enough to tell exactly where things are. But at least I have a direction.
So what would you all like to do?
I'd like to at least tell them that it's in that direction, even if we don't know, like, specifics.
Then let's start moving.
Though the priest was going to do explosives, do you think blowing up the cave-in would help?
I can't say anything. I don't know why.
I may not be a demolitionist, but I don't think causing more cave-in would be the solution.
But moving the cave-in out of the way.
Well,
It's mostly
right.
fire, not really explosions.
But also, you know, if you make something go boom that's already unstable, it will collapse more.
Exactly. Now,
So-
for alternative solutions.
Walking in that direction, and I point in a little bit in the wrong direction.
Min physically moves you so that you point in the right direction.
That direction.
Give me a area knowledge roll. You can give me area knowledge Chicago, but it's going to be a very low difficulty because this would have been something you learned earlier today. You're just still so mad about that librarian. You are too pissed to remember anything. Damn that Mary Iron Stacks.
Well, we do know roughly where to go. We were told a specific street that we would be able to find was the entrance to this layer. Perhaps we should go look there.
Just going to quickly pause for a second. Hello, Raiders. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. We're in the middle of a tabletop stream, so I'll only be able to talk here and there directly to you, but hi, if you're new. My name's Beatrix Spunny. I focus on roguelikes, digital artwork, tabletop RPGs. Got a bunch of lovely people here. If you want to learn about them, use the exclamation point cast command and you can check out all of their stuff. And thank you so much. If you need to raid and run, have a good one. If you want to stick around for some Wild West horror, hope you enjoy. All right, and
we found meat.
The meat tried to get out.
But yes, perhaps we should head to Decoven Street.
Is that in the direction that I figured out?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good thing we're in a train yard with all this railroading I'm doing.
I wrote down the notes about where this was. Oh my god, I can't believe you soundboarded that.
Who was that? Oh my
I'm not-
god.
It was Abby! Abby! Her paw slipped.
Oh, that was a 3-hit punch combo directly to my sternum. I was not expecting that. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. So, to catch the raiders up real quick, this is a group, real motley crew of a former circus performer, a Swedish, a Swiss, no, Swedish, yes, Swedish
Swedish, yeah.
ambassador's daughter, a eclectic and eccentric occultist, and a prostitute. Almost forgot the prostitute. That's a priest
Don't
prostitute.
forget the prostitute.
The prostitute's service dog, and of course, the short king martial artist. And they are in Chicago, getting to the bottom of some sort of strange goings on with a twisted heart of darkness, so to speak.
Also moving meat.
All right. So, getting back into that, you're heading towards DeCoven Street?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So, DeCoven Street, even to casual passers-by, the still recent history tied to it is very present. While much of the city has grown up in fits and bursts of industry and development, the northern end here still lags behind a bit. That is, of course, because of the Great Chicago Fire, which happened still within living memory at this point. You can still see some char on the buildings here and there, but it's largely been worked over, just not quite to the same degree anymore. Continuing along, DeCoven Street starts to reach into the boonies, so to speak. It's a very impoverished neighborhood, and you see up on the hill there is a sort of isolated barn and farmstead that was built. You can still see faint lights on in the upper floors of the farmstead. While there are some other buildings here and there, this is certainly the largest in the area, and also the one that looks to have had the most work done in renovating it. You are roughly at 137 DeCoven Street, the historic origin point of the Great Chicago Fire. What do you do?
I'm gonna take a look around, see if I can see or hear anything.
Okay.
Cognition.
Yep.
6.
You aren't able to hear too much going on right now. It's a little a little hard outside to really get a sense of everything, but you can faintly see a couple of cows that have come out to pasture for a very late night meal. Beyond that, there doesn't seem to be too much activity outside.
So, where do we go?
Oh, did they say where on DeCoven Street the entrance is, or are we just going to break into a barn?
I don't believe we had a specific. They said that the northern end of the city near DeCoven Street was one of the known entry points to the evil underground. So if I guess Xenobia will chime in. Well, I believe in the absence of any other information, if we assume that Miss O'Leary was somehow involved in the purgation of this area, perhaps her known address would be the best place to start with, seeing if there's any portals to the underworld.
Yeah, we can check out the barn.
All right. So you approach the barn. The wood structure of the barn still has scorch marks from those 5 years ago, but has been rebuilt well enough, or as good enough as a poor Irish family like the O'Learys probably could. The barn is locked up, but you're able to see around the side there is another structure, or what was once another structure. There's still charred, ashen, skeletal frames of an original barn, but most of that is gone. There is a small shack that has been reinforced with scrap metal and any spare bit of sturdy material they could probably spare. And that is sat roughly in the center of the husk of a farm, of a barn. What do you do?
Probably should go to the that building, and I point to the hastily constructed shack.
Okay.
Seems suspicious.
All right, Occam's razor and all that. Lead the way.
I'll wait for Min to lead the way.
I will lead the way.
I will stand in the back.
As you approach, there's no real obvious threats or dangers here. You're still sneaking around because you're trespassing. But as you get closer and you hold your lantern up to some of the cracks between the boards, you're able to see there is what looks to be the remains of a trapdoor, as one might use for a cellar, a root cellar, something like that. And it has been chained shut. Huge, heavy
Oh, that's
chains and locks.
I
that's a sign.
am gonna pull out my lockpick. And
Actually,
try to lockpick it.
I'm going to
I
move the knob on my glove.
I'd like everyone to make a quick cognition check.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All of you see a light approaching from your rear, from the farmhouse. And you hear a voice. What in the devil are you doing here? This is private property.
I'm gonna switch the knob on the glove to iron and turn it on and touch the lock to try and get it to break open.
Ooh. Okay. Is anyone else doing things too in this scene?
I have my lockpick out, and I'm like, look sad if this works.
Parrot is watching to see if this works, and readying rust if it doesn't.
Xenobia will try and stealth.
No one is dealing with the
No one's dealing with
Excellent.
the
I'm like,
elderly
this is,
Irish
I
woman.
am not getting caught with this. Maybe I am.
All right. Oh boy, now I gotta roll something real quick. Okay. So, Min, as you go to break the first layer of security of this shack open, you feel before you see this intense heat approaching from behind, an intense heat which goes right over your shoulder and dissipates as it strikes the head of a shovel, scattering a cloud of sparks and a brief flare of fire.
Was it a gunshot?
No, it was fire.
Oh, a literal bolt of fire.
Hold it right there. You don't know what you're dealing with. Step away from my shack.
Counterpoint, you don't know what you're dealing with.
meat monsters.
As Xenobia will come out of her poorly concealed area, be like, with her hands up, and be like, I assume that you were responsible for the purgation of the particularly nefarious tribe that had resided here?
The figure with the lantern approaches more, and you can see now more clearly in the light. This is a very, very tired, very worn down by-life woman who, goodness, I think at this point, yeah, she would still be maybe around her 40s, but looks several decades older than that. You can still see the spark of Irish indignation at such brazen trespassing. This here's my property. This is my farm. And before you go around doing anything, it'll cause plenty of harm. How about someone tell me what you're doing here?
The meat's alive.
What?
To elaborate in greater detail, we believe that the nefarious forces are corroborating with a machite that happens to be residing under this area, and they found a way out. And we happen to find that we need to go in and stop them to avert tragedy.
Sort of falters a little bit. You know about
I
those
mean,
things.
I imagine I'm still covered slightly in blood.
You know about those things.
Yes, indeed. We've been investigating their sudden appearances at quite a few places throughout Chicago, and we happen to have deduced their origin points. And I would assume that your incendiary nature was perhaps responsible for curbing them, albeit briefly.
Meat's
She
haunted.
the lantern in her hands briefly flares up at that. You cool it with all talking about fire you don't know. Come. She turns and starts walking back towards the house.
Xenobia will turn to the party and be like, perhaps we should curb our breaking and entering briefly for some narrative exposition to perhaps convince her otherwise.
Brigitta
still
will
have my
shrug
hand
and
on
start
the lock.
following.
Yeah, Xenobia will follow her.
I follow.
Parrot will go.
Did my thing work on the lock first?
Let me see. I mean, I'm going to say that you didn't get as far because you were interrupted by her throwing a small fireball at you.
Okay.
If you still want to continue on, you're welcome to try.
I'll wait. I imagine someone's going to pull her away, but I'll wait.
Yeah, Brigitta will.
All right. All right. So, are you following in?
Yes.
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 Yep.
It is just as poor and dilapidated a sort of farmhouse inside as it is out. All right, I don't want no one waking the rest of the family. What do you know?
Meat's haunted.
As my companion has so quaintly put it, we happen to know about Machita A's connection with this area and sudden curb in power coinciding with a very combustible experience, and that it happened to deal with a coalition of local tribals, and that there was indeed a focus on what you seem to be so enthusiastic about to help purge away the taint of the being itself, but you happen to leave the heart behind it, and we believe that that is continuing to cause problems.
You're 5 years too late for it, then.
Oh?
It was October 5 years ago. There were these things just coming up out of the ground. I brought something with me from my kin back home. Never thought it much use, but for some reason that night I took the old lantern and it moved like it was acting just on my thought. And it's my fault. I started the fire. And I'd do it again. And I'd do it again any day of the week if it meant keeping whatever those things were back in whatever hell they climbed out of. And you're telling me that you want to go digging those up?
They're coming up.
It's more of just going to confront them, as they have already become apparent throughout the city. We've been dealing with it in the hotel, and we've been dealing with it as a result of certain activities from a certain meatery.
We just pulled one out of a guy's throat.
Correct.
I wave my blood-covered hand.
Well, they did.
So, as thorough as you believe you may have been, we believe that there might have been perhaps cracks in your security system, and people who are perhaps craving power have decided to make some bargains with things they probably do not fully understand.
If this gets out of hand, can you live with it? Can you live knowing that you'll let a city burn?
If it gets out of hand, we'll be dead.
I'd say it's already out of hand. They're in the subway.
Yeah.
A guy was almost dragged down a hole.
Action is better than inaction.
Oh, Mary. I I'm gonna need someone to give me some sort of persuasive check here.
Not it.
Not it.
Isn't August the charisma one?
Yeah, I'm looking.
It's either August or Parrot who had charisma skills.
I have lying. Not like
Where would persuasive be under? It would be
Mean.
Mean.
Mean. It's literally called persuasion. God damn!
I may have been
Well-
the persuasive one.
For
Holy.
those of you who can't see, August has just rolled a 20. Okay. So from there,
we explain all of this, and August nods like twice, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, I trust that guy."
Insert the JoJo effects.
Wow, yeah, that is what do you say that convinces a woman who's been traumatized by doing the right thing, which ended up starting a fire that killed about 300 people and destroyed over 3 square miles of the city?
You said she's Irish, right?
Yes.
I'm assuming Catholic then, right?
Mhm.
Good. So I would tell her that if she'd like any kind of redemption from our Lord and Savior, she could either keep thinking about the past and the people that were killed, or she could redeem herself and save hundreds of souls.
Ooh.
Or she can keep being a coward and a disgrace to her Lord.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Shots fired!
Oh my god.
But I am not God. I am just a man here with people who know what they're talking about. I'll let God deal with you himself.
Ow.
That's all he says. Goes back to petting the dog. Abby woofs. Woof.
I think that leaves her quiet for a moment, just
Okay.
thinking about this. All right. I can open the cellar for a night. I cannot guarantee anything beyond that. But if you're going down there, and she proffers the lantern she's holding, opening up the outer container of it, you best be taking this. Worked all too well the first time, but perhaps with a stronger hand it can finish the job. And she offers what looks to be a very large, dried out turnip with a wooden cord handle that goes over the top. And
Sorry, dried out what?
Turnip.
Oh, turnip.
Yes, a dried out turnip. And inside its hollow is a candle. It's creating light and heat, and you can see the flame, but looking at it for a moment, you don't see the candle itself actually changing at all.
Hmm.
This is This is the family inheritance.
A single trip.
It is I don't know rightly how it works, but with a strong spirit, it seems able to create fire, something fierce, but well, I reckon I'm evidence of what happens if your aim gets away from you. So out of game terms, this is what is known in Deadlands as a relic. Relics are functionally magical items, and each one has a positive effect and also some sort of drawback. In the case of this one, the turnip lantern has 2 powers. And I recommend whoever decides to hold on to this thing to make note of this. Oh. The first power is that flames of any source that are stored inside of the lantern cannot be extinguished all inside of the lantern except by the willful choice of whoever's holding the lantern. The second thing is whoever's holding it can attempt a spirit roll to cast a blessed miracle called Burnt Offering, which allows you to target a flammable material and cause it to ignite. Unlike the normal Burnt Offering, which you have to touch whatever it is, this is treated as a magical ranged attack with a range increment of 5 feet.
That's not a lot of range.
The downside... also, it's actually easier to use than normal. You only need to make a spirit roll of 5 if it's within 5 feet to light something on fire with this. However, if you fail the roll, the fire does still ignite, but it instead will target something random, something inconvenient, and something very dangerous to be lit on fire instead.
Hmm.
So who would
Who's
like
good
the
spirit?
magic lantern?
I don't have the worst spirit, but I'm sure someone
Probably
has
the
better.
best spirit would be Augustus. I mean, August.
I've got a 2 in spirit.
A
Two
2D what?
2d12.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I have 2d10 in spirit.
I have 3d8.
4d6. It's a complicated spread.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think out of character. I think it should probably be August to
Yes.
give him like a specific
Oh, yeah, for sure.
offensive magic attack.
I do have the same spirit as August. However, I am already using something in one hand.
I'll do it.
I'm using both my hands.
Like Xenobia will love to get her hands on that magic item, but mechanically, I do feel like August would be the best person to use it.
As a Welsh woman, the call of the neighboring Irish relic sings to you. Things like the emerald oils themselves.
I got a 9.
She can just steal it later.
100%. 100%.
I mean,
Um,
yeah.
Well, I believe, given the particular motions, perhaps Monsignor would be best wielding it currently. However, I would like the opportunity to perhaps delve a little deeper into its secrets upon a future time.
Whatever you cause with that thing, just make careful that you can live with it afterwards. All right. But whenever you are ready, she goes upstairs to wake some of the family because she would like other people to help keep watch on the exit points of these terrible things. But you have a moment if there's any last preparation work that any one of you would like to do so.
I don't have any prep that I need to do.
I'm gonna switch it back to bone.
Okay.
Miss O'Leary, about what should we expect down there, and about how far until we encounter whatever you sealed away?
I I don't rightly know. I tried not to go down to the damnable place myself, but looked old. Part of my damn root cellar caved in, but the tunnels down there, they were much older. No stone, just dirt. Terrible cramped, but I suppose that you could still reach the bottom. They certainly ran fast enough back down, have to imagine. You'll be able to get down there yourself just fine.
All right, all right. Uh, how did you know to unleash your turnip of power upon this given threat?
It it was just an old family story. Great uncles and the name of Jack. Poor bastard managed to trick the devil out of his soul. But with hell not taking him, it was just left to wander around the earth above with naught but one little lantern to guide him. Of course, that's a common enough story in Ireland. No one actually believes that there is one Jack, but after seeing what that thing did, she says, gesturing to the lantern, I can't rightly say I'm sure.
All right then. Well, we'll be sure to finish what you started. This is in good hands, trust me. As she does her big predatory smile as she puts a hand a little too hard on Mrs. O'Leary's shoulder.
Are you actually trying to be comforting, or
I'm trying to be Xenobia.
is Xenobia actually trying to be comforting?
No, she just feels like this is something you should do in this moment. It's very much a somebody copying something without truly getting the emotion behind it.
All right. She. You know what? Let's make a roll here. She is immediately, instinctively distrustful of you.
Excellent, excellent. I'm glad we went over this. Too bad we already took her turnip. All right, and then so she kind of does like 3 awkward pats on her shoulder, and it goes, "All right, enough of that. All right, everyone."
All right. Does anyone else have any last minute preps that they wanted to do?
I'm good.
Okay.
All good.
I'm good.
Okay.
All good.
All right, I think that's everyone then. So, with some of the other farmers that live and work in the area now gathered up with other flames aplenty, slightly safer flames aplenty, and farm implements in hand, they are prepared to guard the gate to the cellar behind you. And you begin to head on down.
As we head on down, Zenobia will say to the posse, "So I know this hasn't been, explicitly enunciated. However, I'm clearly aware that there is a bit of arcanery throughout the various membership of our fellowship. And so I would just like to say, as we head into such depths of damnation, do not feel any need to hide any kind of practices you may have. I think anything that is being used in our defense is worthwhile, so don't be bashful."
Min looks at her like really suspectly.
And give a big smile and continue trudging into the depths.
All right. Or there we go. So as you proceed deeper and deeper, what was first the wood and stone interior of a root cellar, you continue through a massive hole. It looks like it had burst open, like a overfilled blood vessel onto the surface. You begin your way down there, and there is a winding, disconcertingly organic feel to the way it paths down here. it feels less like a tunnel and more like you truly are just in the vein of something far greater in scale than you could imagine.
I don't like it.
The dirt
I don't like it.
gradually gets harder and harder packed, colder and colder, gradually transitioning towards mud and hardened earth beyond that. As you continue through, you see, for a brief moment, you break out onto something that looks almost comfortingly artificial. You can see wooden support beams and all manner of artificial tunneling infrastructure set up here. It seems from the technique involved that there was some branch of the subway system that ran through here. You can't quite tell, but it seems like it was at one time official. But following that tunnel down a short spell, you can see that it has since been caved in by less than accidental means. This isolated corner of the subway behind you, the tunnel starts to again feel a little more structured, a little more manageable. And continuing on through the twists and turns, you eventually find a ladder leading down. And you can faintly feel a very distant
I think we've hit our heart.
It's a
Meat's
rave.
haunted.
Right. So I am transitioning the players onto a new screen. Let's bring over.
I'm scared.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm excited.
Let me quickly bring everyone in.
I'm terrified of giant black rectangles. You know this about me.
I can't look at a turned off TV.
Damn.
Who has lanterns?
I would have given one to someone else to hold since I use a rifle, but
Yeah, I can hold a lantern since my knife is one-handed.
I've still got the spirit lantern.
Okay. So it sounds like, let's see, we've got a light source from, I've got one light source from,
Just checking. It's scary black rectangle, correct?
yes.
yes.
So let's see, we have one light source from August. Let's see.
Oh, they're sloshing.
Is that visible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Who else has a lantern?
Xenobia.
All right. Now, the one thing the turn-up lantern isn't super great at, it's the range. So it has a little shorter than the others. And who else?
I think that's it, since everyone else has guns or martial arts.
I don't even own a lantern.
I don't even know what a lantern is.
I mean, I could give you one, but
I also have a lantern, like, in my inventory.
Gotta find it. There we are.
I need
use a
something
rifle.
I can
So
hang from my belt.
You should get one of those miner's hats.
Are people talking?
Yeah.
yes.
Ah, shoot. Okay, I'm not hearing anyone. Give me a second.
Also, B, I can't move my character, just as a
Neither can I.
warning.
That happens a lot when the DM drags out the tokens rather than the player.
Yeah, she might be on the
Yeah, I'm
map
hearing
layer.
no one. Shoot.
There. Yeah, I got it. Yes. I would be in the back.
All right, trying this again.
Hello?
Hello? We can hear you.
Hello.
Oh, dumb. Hold on.
Stupid. Gosh.
There we
I'm good.
1 second. Yes.
I can also move August around.
Yep.
Exciting.
I can move August and Brigitta and Abby.
Ooh.
Oh. No, I'm moving.
Put me back.
Bird. All right. Yeah, I suppose we're moving forward as a group.
Yes, I believe our dear little Ming should be the tip of the spear.
Min.
Yes, whatever. They're going to be our vanguard.
All right. I hear flies. Okay, so is this like just a thin crack? Can I like go here? Okay. There's like a bunch of darkness here, so I'm not. Hold on. Here. Okay. Okay.
Got a 5.
Oh, sorry. Cognition, sorry. Five.
I'm gonna take this chance to say to mutter some arcane phrases in Welsh and cast Heartseeker. Since it has a duration in the minutes, I feel like it's safe. A 9. Heartseeker is a spell which infuses a knife in my possession, or any knife I touch, but I'm doing it to my knife, with a murderous spirit that makes it magical with... Is a raise 4 points higher?
5 points.
5 points? God damn it. So it, because I got 1 success on it, it has armor piercing of 1, and I can get +2 to modifying the hit location when I stab somebody. And it causes an additional wind point whenever I do damage to someone.
Thank you.
I do. All right, so it's here.
Am I able to follow behind?
I do not
Min?
see where I am anymore.
Yeah, I'm trying to be behind Min on
Okay.
this one with my lantern. Oh Jesus,
God.
this I
Oh,
I
goodness.
now can't
Let me
no character.
let me show
now
you
I
what I'm
can't see
seeing.
anything.
We've been
Whatever you
plunged into
did, B,
darkness.
you made it so none of us could see.
No one can
The
see where
eyeball
we
went
are.
around the corner.
Yeah, I think it's the light sources come off of us, but you made like all of it come through the audience eye, so we can't see anything.
No, because
I can see Min, and
yeah, I can see Min.
I can see myself.
Now I can see.
all right.
Okay.
I can't
Yep.
see.
Yeah,
any.
it's the same vision issue. um,
I'm making wild guesses and I keep grabbing Brigitta and Abby. Okay.
And I can't see Abby.
Where's?
you don't
Do
need
I
to
no
see
longer
Abby.
have a lantern on me? There's only one.
I think it's because it's so narrow, it doesn't really cast very far.
Well, even when I
But-
was in the darkness back there with poor Parrot, we were just sitting there.
Yeah.
I don't have a
I don't
light.
know. B is using advanced light stuff I never deal with. Oh, but I don't know how this works.
Oh no, that's Brigitta. Oh, sorry, Brigitta.
All good.
See, there should be a lantern on me.
Yeah,
now in the dark.
light's
I'm
still
stuck.
just on the eyeball.
Uh.
It's probably
And is
because we're all
there
20%.
supposed to be a wall right here?
Assuming it's a pillar. Oh, I see a person now.
I see a bad guy.
Yeah, and I see a heart.
Nefarious.
A telltale heart.
Dum, 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 dum.
Except this one doesn't make us feel guilty.
Oh, and
We're
I see
here to
something
actually murk
lurking
it.
in the darkness over here.
We won't feel guilty when we shoot.
I'm
it.
inside Xenobia. Hold on.
So,
I'm st-
so I
Really?
feel very stupid right now.
Sorry,
I
Xenobia.
realized part of the darkness that I was seeing was because I had my chips open.
Wow. That was Galaxy Braid right there.
Jesus Christ.
Considering I'm holding a lantern, it's probably not worthwhile for me.
Same.
I would not try to sneak closer, at the very least.
It's basically Min. Is Min gonna
Yeah.
sneak? Because the people with guns want to sit back with their guns.
Correct.
Sure. I'm not great at it, but I'm small.
Min doesn't have a
Yes.
lantern.
Yeah, I don't.
I have a lantern, and August has a lantern.
Yep.
It's better than nothing.
I'm under Abby.
Hiding under the dog. Classic strategy.
Carrying her. She didn't want her paws muddy.
I rolled a 6 for sneak. 6.
Mm-mm.
Should I roll another sneak? Yeah, should I roll another sneak? Oh, 19.
Oh,
He's facing the heart, right? Nice. Tell me when I should make another sneak roll. Oh, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 no, I don't like this.
So that's a 4.
I still don't like the roll an ad. Okay. So that's going to end up being a 15. Tiptoe through the offal. It's a bone. I don't like this. I don't like this. All right. I'd like to charge and attack him from behind.
Turned down for what?
Okay. Fuck you. You're sleeping on the couch.
She's like, well, I'm gonna kill you then, so I got nothing to lose.
Well, I have her white chips left. There's nothing I can do that would make sense at this point. The chance of me getting higher than a 10 was pretty slim. Okay. Min's just staring and not speaking right now. She's just getting very low to the ground. Can the others see her?
I got an 11.
13. Well, sorry, 12.
I'm also realizing that none of my arcane abilities are on this sheet.
Did you have,
Okay.
do you have a new
They're on
character
another
sheet?
sheet, that much I know. Just a matter of finding them again.
I'm gonna take aim um, at the man, just to be ready.
My primary interest is, can I see the books? Okay, I'm gonna have to search for that. I'm waiting for you guys to spring into action. So, you do
Same.
you, fam.
I'm
So it's all on you, Min.
Yeah, it's all on you.
Give me one moment. I'm trying to find her other sheet. Dang it.
What other sheet are you talking about?
So, I've been using the one that's in Roll 20. I have a PDF of it somewhere. There we go. Much better. Yeah, no, that's weird. Alright, remind me to add these onto the Roll 21. Oh. I can't think of anything else. Give me a second. I'm going to rush forward and sweep him off his feet using one of my maneuvers. I get a +4 to this. It's non-damaging, but I get a +4. So, yeah. Let me find it. Come on. Nimbleness. Alright, that's a 13. He is now prone. Now!
Take a shot at his arm.
At what
If
point do we roll quickness? Aren't we in combat?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Rude.
As you do.
I was about to say.
I
Sorry. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Let's say every
Oh.
part of this sounded so lewd up until that. We're talking about worshiping meat,
Uh-oh.
Are we gonna
God
have enough time to
damn.
fight it?
Yay.
Wow, thanks.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
Are we gonna have enough time to go into combat?
Yeah, I need to leave pretty even on the hour.
We can pause it here and then come back to it after. Uh, Geronimo, do you think you can do one more session?
Let me look at the calendar real quick. Give me one.
Okay.
Yes, like,
Okay.
but that would be the last. Ooh, wait. Can we do it next week, the 8th?
I'm not here.
Okay, not the 8th. When? What would be the next date?
A week from the 8th.
The 15th.
The 15th, yeah.
That's my 2-year celebration.
Yeah.
So I'd be working on that day. I can do the 29th.
Okay. Okay.
Oh
Rude.
God,
Rude.
that is very rude.
Considering I'm right there, I'm going to. Even if I can't fully see it.
Goddamn, August.
Holy August.
August.
This is some sacrilegious bullshit. He ain't afraid.
I got some balls.
Poor doggo.
Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. I don't think people have been able to hear me for a little while now, but
No, I heard you.
did you
We
hear me
heard
on
you.
stream? Oh, you could, but
Oh.
I don't think on stream. Oh, goodness
Oh,
gracious.
Oh no.
Do you want to
Oh,
reiterate what happened?
I think I'll have to. So they have arrived. So the group. No. It's not your fault. It's me. So the group found their way to the bottom of the tunnel systems where the man-made endeavor of the subway intersected with the twisting arteries and veins of something much, much older and much worse. In that dark mausoleum they found Gerhard Lindum oohing and doting over a withered, cancerous-looking lump of a heart still beating on the stone slab. Min approached to try and intercept him, got just close enough, and struck him down, sweeping him off his feet. But he reacted as a man of his faith would think to do. In times of fear and panic, he reached for what he knew best, the object of his faith, and he took the sacrament that he would have taken of any other faith, just like the good book tells you. This is the body of Christ, this is his blood. Well, he has some of that holy flesh to him right there. He consumed it. His body thrashing and spasming, a rogue limb smashing the lantern that had been lit moments before. But even in the dark, Min could still hear the snapping of bone, the stretching of sinew, the ragged breathing of a man beginning to warp and twist outside of what his body can withstand. And the ragged voice of Gerhard Lindum saying, "If you would try to take this sacred sacrament from me as a heathen, I simply must strike down as fun." And that's where we're going to have to leave off. Our next session is going to be on the 29th. It is going to be the last session with the full cast for a little while. Our lovely prostitute Geronimo, well, August, played by Geronimo. Geronimo herself is neither a priest nor a prostitute, as far as I know, though neither has anything inherently wrong with it. Anyway, is going to be busy with some business endeavors and charity work through the months of June and July, but will, appropriately enough, be returning to rejoin the rest of the posse, who will still be going on adventures in the meantime. Don't you worry about that. In August. So you can look forward to seeing August again in August, but we still have one last episode of this adventure, which will be on the 29th, or the finale of The Heart of Darkness. Terribly sorry that you got back just now, Tyrus. But yes, that is that for now. I hope that all of y'all enjoyed it. I apologize that we weren't quite able to get to everything, but we will have one more session in this adventure. One more session. Mark your calendars now, because trust me, you're not going to want to miss this. And that is going to be on June 29th. June 29th. So mark your calendars, set your reminders, and I'll see you then, cowpokes, okay? So, let me quickly go through the cast again. Let's go up from the bottom. Obsidia.
Hey everybody, I'm Obsidia. I stream Mondays and Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. do RPGs, art, and games. I'm also, for the month of June, going to be raising money for Trans Lifeline with the New York Snark Exchange. Be sure to spread the word and donate if you can. The end.
Okay. And Hemlock?
I'm Hemlock. I stream Tuesdays. I'm trying to add another day to that. I don't have too much else to say. Check out my portfolio.
All right. And Geronimo?
My name is Geronimo Kiddo, wife, mother, video game lover. I stream 13 content. For the month of June, I'll be taking SummerSlam, raising money for Gamers Unite for children in hospitals to get them gaming systems. And then in July, part of the 100-man Fortnite fight playoff for Pause Your Game, which is a 501 animal charity. If you are a streamer and you stream at least 3 days and you need your pet to be spayed or neutered, if you give them your receipt, they will refund it for you and they will pay it for you. Very good charity, and I will be working on doing some other stuff over on my channel.
All right. And Epitome? I don't know if we can hear you, Epitome.
My mic stopped working, so now I'm using bees. Hi, I'm Epitome. I don't really stream. More to come later.
You have it. And
It was so weird seeing Epitome's voice come out of it was cute.
and last but not least, this time I remembered everyone.
Yes.
Last but not least, Ellie?
Hi, I'm Ellie or Eliador. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch. I don't stream that often, but when I do, it's a variety of games: Zelda, Destiny, a bunch of different things, whatever I feel like that day. I will likely be streaming soon again. I say that every other week.
That's plenty fair. All right. And yeah, as I already said, we'll be having one more session on the 29th for this first adventure, the Heart of Darkness. For now, though, I'm Beatrix Bunny. You can swing by this channel anytime I'm on. I do variety streams with a focus on roguelikes, digital artwork, and tabletop RPGs like this one. If you're interested, I do hope you'll stop by sometime. You're always welcome around here, y'all. And yeah, if you want to check me out anywhere else, you can follow these links. The card has pretty much all of my socials and also my commission info, Discord if you want to join the community, Twitter if you want updates on art and schedules, and YouTube for my VODs. All right. And you know what? This is someone who isn't actively doing tabletop stuff, but they are a tabletop streamer. They are also a VTuber, and they have been gathering people, and fingers crossed, for a new agency called Hero Factory that I auditioned for. So let's go see if we can butter him up. We are going to be rating River the Bard. Right now he's playing something called King of the Castle. I don't know what that is, but I like saying King of the Castle, so I think that's where we'll head. Take care, everyone. I'll use a raid message, by the way. Here's some raid messages. The first one for any folk can use. The second one, if you're a subscriber and want to use the emote. And again, thank you all so much. I hope you had a wonderful night. I know I had a wonderful night. even with the warts and all of some technical difficulties and me saying things like prostate instead of prostrate, I still hope you had a absolutely delightful evening. So take care of yourselves.
I came for the prostates personally.
I know you came for prostate stuff.
Heyo.
Raid message?
Happy
From
Pride
straight
Not
Month.
up
worshiping
prostate?
that
Oh
meat,
my
baby.
god. You know what? I think. Fuck me. I think
He's
that
worshiping the meat. That's right. You killed me.
Oh,
I couldn't
fuck
stop
me.
laughing.
Fuck me. No, I have to go with that raid message now.
See?
God damn it.
Prostrate the prostates. Woo!
Oh no.
Oh,
Worship the
Do it
God.
for the
prostate.
meat.
Let's go.
Worship the meat. Dying as he worshipped the meat that was pulsating in his hands.
Oh my god.
It's
Stirs that
wrong.
meat.
It's not wrong.
The words today be the words.
Okay, if you are a subscriber, you can use that raid message. This is someone that I'm trying to be a business partner with.
River would not mind.
Yeah, that poor man is still trying to deal with accusations that he is an AI creating some sort of erotic entertainment network.
Wait, what?
Who isn't, to be honest?
Yeah, I mean,
All right. If you don't have a subscription, feel free to substitute annual emote for the little
Any prostate,
heights.
you know.
That works. That
Hug
works.
that prostate right there. Bam.
Speaking of, let me give y'all a hug. Keeping my hands above the waist so you don't have to worry about any surprise
Prostate
exams.
action.
A little smoocheroo.
Press enter.
And take care of yourselves. Remember that somebody really cares about you. And I got plenty of other lovely folks that care about you too. So, yeehaw. And may all your yees be hawed. And all your yippies
Yeehaw.
be kayade.
Motherfucker.
Good night.
Night.
Nice.
Bye.
Good night.